Top of the afternoon to you, Raider Nation. How you doing? It's your boy, Mikey Raider. Just having a little decaffeinated latte that was in the freezer. So it's iced tea, cough tea, if you will. What's the tea for? Is it for trauma? I don't know. Thank you guys for tuning into this channel to watch my reactions to every Raider story that happens this season. And I've done 3 videos in a row. And why this video? Because the Raiders made some breaking news within 12 hours that shouldn't have been made. It shouldn't have. We'll talk about that. Please hit that thumbs up, that like, that subscribe button. Consider becoming a member of this channel for future and early and exclusive content. And if you'd like to donate and buy me some tacos during this trauma that is the Raiders, I'd appreciate some support. Donation portals down below. What are we going to talk about on today's video? Oh, the caffeine just hit me. But it's the caffeine. But the caffeine just hit me. But it's the caffeine. Well, you know what? The Raiders must have had caffeine yesterday after yesterday's game, or cocaine, or something. Because the Raiders have named the starting quarterback 11 hours after the loss to the Cowboys, where no quarterback played really good and no quarterback won the job. But the Raiders and Antonio Pierce have officially made the quality decision for this Raiders team for this entire season. Should have did that at the draft, made a better quality decision, but I digress. Gardner Minshew has been named the starter. For a lot of us, and I'm not trying to say I told you so, but when you sign a quarterback in the offseason for $15 million as compared to the rookie, or the second-year rookie, with upside, Aidan O'Connell, you kind of figure Gardner Minshew has a bigger sample size. Plus, he was basically the starter for the Colts last year, and they won 7 or 8 or 9 games. So he could do that with the Raiders. But is he the best quarterback for the job? No. We all knew that going into this season. But we were told it was going to be a quarterback competition. All ways, shape, and form, it's going to be a quarterback competition. And all during camp, minicamp, OTAs, AP even said it himself, no quarterback has won the starting job. No quarterback has won the starting job. I wish somebody would go out there and just grab it. Just take it. Well, with 2 opportunities in the preseason, only 1 for Anthony Brown, they've named a starter. So Gardner Minshew won the job. Not really. Not really. But let's discuss why AP and the Raiders made this decision within 11 hours of the game. When clearly any fan that watched last night's game or watched my review understands that no quarterback won the job, and we truly believe the quarterback should play, both quarterbacks should play in the 3rd preseason game. Regardless of injury, we need to see more, especially under a new offense, especially coming off 2 shit show games for each different player. Kind of sounds like the decision was predetermined. Regardless of what Antonio Pierce said about Aidan O'Connell, regardless about whatever Devontae said that he vouched for Aidan O'Connell, everybody was rooting for Aidan O'Connell, except Gardner Minshew. But what had happened was Gardner Minshew went out in the first game and looked solid of the preseason. Aiden O'Connell looked okay. In the red zone, Aiden O'Connell failed, took a sack, missed a few plays. So Gardner Minshew in the first game looked more solid. In that first game with I'm explaining why Gardner Minshew got the freaking job. Shut up. Gardner Minshew in the first preseason game had a nice chemistry with Trey Tucker for some big plays and drove us down the field with the quickness and had a couple of plays with his feet. But he had a couple of weird plays as well. But more importantly, he took the edge. Aiden O'Connell played decent. I explained his mistakes a second ago. Had a chemistry with DJ Turner in game 1 of the preseason versus the Vikings. Now comes game 2. This week, Aiden O'Connell gets I'm sorry. I can't even remember. Aiden O'Connell got the start in week 1. Forgive me, I forgot. Then Gardner came in and played decent, as we just spoke about. Then in game 2, Gardner got the start. And in this game, Gardner went 10 for 21 for like 95 yards. The numbers may be wrong. Forgive me. I need some more caffeinated coffee. It's not actually caffeinated. It's like, well, it is a little bit. It's like half decaf. More than half. It's mostly decaf. I got these little coffee things, that are real coffee, like caffeinated. But I put most of it as decaf, and then when I make the coffee, put a little bit of the real caffeine from these little packages that I got, because I don't want so much caffeine. Just want a little hit. Mikey Rader wants a little hit. So it's caffeine coffee, but not really, because I got a bad heart, got a weak heart, got some issues with my heart, got some issues with the quarterback position. Thanks for tuning in to me on this beautiful Sunday afternoon, watching my review of the quarterbacks. You can look forward to stuff like this all year for our Raiders. Whether you like me or hate me, you can debate me. Or you can watch me and talk your shit, smoke your shit. God damn it, it's the new Raider way! Gardner Minshew came in the second preseason game, started it, went 10 for 21 for like 95 yards. Had a nice play to Trey Tucker early on in the game to continue that trend from week 1 of the preseason, but didn't get much else going. And in week 1, he scored maybe a nice touchdown or so. This week, he wasn't able to get that. He got the Raiders in scoring position for a field goal or two, but he wasn't able to score and pull it home this week. Now, Aiden O'Connell comes in the game, drives us down the field on a couple of series, has a nice chemistry with also Trey Tucker at one play, then DJ Turner, his camp favorite, who him and Trey Tucker had some plays as well, so Trey Tucker's going to be a beast. But Aiden O'Connell drove us down the field, and we scored with the tight end. I'm not going to talk about the game. But we scored. Aiden O'Connell looked really good, like in the third quarter. He stayed in until the third quarter. Then we scored. They should have took him out of the game, but they didn't. Then he came back into the game. We were driving down the field at the end of the third. Then the fourth quarter started. Aiden O'Connell still in there while we're in field goal range. And on his first play, he throws a pick 6, which was really, really bad. Should not have been thrown. He should have saw it. But I thought Aiden O'Connell in that second game had a little bit of the edge up in that game. So basically, from my math, it made them both even. Therefore, they were both 50-50. And Antonio Pierce said he was going to pick a starter after the game. And I was wishing after watching the game that he would not pick a starter. Okay? I was like, nobody won the job. They're even. They're 50-50. It might be 51-49 with Minshew. It might be 51-49 Connell to Minshew. I don't know. But it hasn't been won outright, and that's what we fucking need. So I wanted them. I basically needed Antonio Pierce to go against his word and pick a starter after next week's game. Because remember, we had a certain quarterback named Derek Carr who won the third game of the preseason in spectacular fashion. So maybe these quarterbacks coming off of this second game and the first game can go into the third game and really, really win the job. But no, Antonio Pierce had to keep his word, and within 10 hours or 11 hours, they named Gardner Minshew as the starter. Minshew Mania has begun. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Fuck, I ain't thinking like that. I wanted to think like that after this game. I thought Minshew Mania might have come in and had one touchdown, maybe two somehow, and the Raider Nation was feeling confident going into this year with him being the starting quarterback. I was also rooting for Aiden O'Connell. I like the kid. But Minshew is more like an excitable player. Aiden O'Connell is more like a church-going, nice guy, Derek Carr type. And let's be honest, Raider Nation's kind of showered on that type of a player. We want that like Jim Plunkett, Kenny the Snake Stabler, bravado. Minshew has a little bit of that. So I guarantee you all of these were factors in why Antonio Pierce named Minshew the starter. But let's just quickly talk about why Antonio Pierce made this decision. Was it the correct decision? I think it was. Now that I've had 10 hours to think about it, and I've had some 10% decaffeinated coffee, I finally got the thought that Aiden O'Connell overthrew a couple of players in both of the games. Some might call them hospital balls. He underthrew a couple of players. Gardner Minshew, I got to go back and look at the tape, but I don't remember a lot of overthrows or underthrows, but I'm sure there were a few. But I specifically remember on a couple of occasions Aiden O'Connell overthrowing, missing somebody in the red zone, not playing so great in the red zone this preseason. And Minshew has tape on him from the red zone with the Colts, and we don't want another Derek Carr red zone quarterback, which Aiden O'Connell this early in his career is looking that way. Gardner Minshew is a starter, can create Minshew Mania, and is a good backup. Doesn't throw too many hospital balls, and has the extra additive skill set of improvising plays with his legs on occasion. Aiden O'Connell has not shown that. So you guys might have seen something different than I have, but after looking back on it, I kind of always knew Gardner Minshew would be the starting quarterback. But again, after these two games, I was like, huh? I ain't fucking sure. I mean, let's be honest. Do you honestly now, after watching what we know who Gardner Minshew is. We pretty much know who Aiden O'Connell is. I mean, he still has upside, but if you can't even win against third-string Cowboys that didn't even play any of their starters on offense or defense, how good are we getting really? Well, it's a new look at the offense, Mikey Raider. It's just the preseason, Mikey Raider. It don't matter. It don't matter, Mikey Raider. It's the preseason. Why are you overreacting, Mikey Raider? Fuck off. You don't know me. Raider Nation knows me. They know what's up. That's right, I'm gangster. Gangster Mikey. Now let's talk about why Antonio Pierce made this decision. Probably for all the above factors that I just mentioned. But clearly Antonio Pierce needed to keep his word. That's right. He told everybody a week ago he's going to name a starting quarterback after this game. And he had to keep his word. I mean, technically you could have named a starting quarterback on Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday when we did another coach press conference. But they figured, let's just bite the bullet, pull off the Band-Aid, and get it done as quickly as possible. To shut everybody up, get rid of all the drama, the toxicity, whatever the opinions are, out before we go to camp on Tuesday or Wednesday or whenever it is that we go back to camp again. It's probably today, maybe Monday, a little bit. But still, I got to applaud them for making the decision quickly and Antonio Pierce keeping his word. Because all you got is your word and all you got is your integrity. Now, is it the right decision? I don't see anything great happening at the quarterback position. We're still going to be looking for a quarterback next year. We got a Band-Aid. Now, Antonio Pierce has a problem with Devontae Adams. That's why he quickly made the quarterback decision within 10 or 11 hours. I'm going to talk about that on another video right after this. But Antonio Pierce kept his word. He picked the starting quarterback. His career is technically slated to Gardner Minshew, who's been on 3 or 4 different teams and probably got a couple coaches fired. But I'm still all in for you, Coach. Gardner Minshew is our guy. I am a Raider fan, so I was rooting for him a little bit before because I want that Minshew mania. I still hope it can happen. I hope we win a couple of games early, and everything I'm saying here in a negative fashion is for naught. Positivity, bitch! So Gardner Minshew is our starting quarterback for this season. Congratulations. Let's go, Minshew Mania! Just win, baby! But Mikey Raider thinks about things before they happen. Mikey Raider has foresight. Mikey Raider has foreskin. I see a world, because they named their starting quarterback after this game, when I believe most of Raider Nation was 50-50. But I believe because they named their starting quarterback so early, before at least letting them go out there in one more game, I see a scenario where Antonio Pierce, if Gardner Minshew is not playing so great, I see a scenario where Raider Nation starts screaming for Aiden O'Connell. Or just anybody different. I see that scenario happening. I hope it doesn't. But again, Mikey Raider has foreknowledge. And now what will Antonio Pierce do? Will he go against his word? Will he cave into the pressure of the fans or the media and pull Gardner Minshew in a game or two? Will he start another quarterback like Aiden O'Connell or Nathan Peterman now? If that scenario happens, I would technically say no. Antonio Pierce would try to stick to his word. But let's be honest, he said a couple of things lately that were complete and utter bullshit. And he's getting owned by players like Davante Adams in veteran leadership, taking away his power. Talk about that in the next video. Antonio Pierce got a tough job ahead of him. I still believe he's the man for the job. I still love having him on our team. I got no problems. But I'm just going to let you know, you better make your plans now for if the media goes crazy against Gardner Minshew, because you praised Aiden O'Connell last year and you said he was your guy. Now you basically went behind that and made Gardner Minshew your guy. Is it because he's getting $15 million in AOC in another year in this system? Can maybe be a little bit better next year? He's the backup this year. We're going to get a quarterback next year in the draft or some other way. Dak Prescott. So Aiden O'Connell will be the backup next year no matter what as well. And Gardner Minshew's on a 2-year deal. So Gardner Minshew might still be on the team next year. He might. And if he is, he's the backup because you made him the starter this season. So he's the backup next year. So then Aiden O'Connell goes to third. Will Aiden O'Connell, for 1 year or half a year being the starting quarterback, then the next year being the backup, in a third year, will he stay with the team as homegrown talent? Or will he go elsewhere and at least be the backup quarterback instead of the third string quarterback? Goodbye, Aiden. We tried to create a quarterback from the 4th round, but you're no Tom Brady. Speaking of that, do you think the Raiders are actually on the phone with Tom Brady? Think Mark Davis is talking to him? Hey, Tom, you think you might want to come out of retirement? You know, we got a good offensive line. Tom's like, I'm chilling. You picked that motherfucker over me? Talking to Derek Carr, remember that? You picked that motherfucker over me? We got ourselves a tough quarterback situation. I'm hoping it's a better year moving forward with more practice for Minshew. I'm hoping Aiden O'Connell doesn't choke because I believe it was 50-50. But I believe it's the right decision for the team. He has more tape, more starts, and Aiden O'Connell had a couple of hospital balls last season, a couple this preseason. And we all know that there's one person on this team that does not want hospital balls. We'll talk about that in the next video. Let me know your thoughts on Antonio Pierce naming the starting quarterback Gardner Minshew. Was it correct to do it within 10 hours of yesterday's game? Did you feel Aiden O'Connell won? What are your issues or concerns or positivity about the starting quarterback situation for the Raiders? Stay happy, stay healthy, stay Raider. Enjoy your day. And you guys are going to want to tune in to the Davante Adams video that's coming up shortly on this channel. Same bat time, same bat channel. Some people would say same bad time, same bad channel. Because I only get a few views compared to everybody else from the Raider Nation. And I don't know why. I'm the fucking OG. Just because I don't got illegal clips, I'm a funny motherfucker. I'm entertaining as fuck. Way better than half these motherfuckers. I ain't naming no names, but I believe I am. That's how much faith I have in myself. And that's how much faith Antonio Pierce has in Gardner Minshew. Minshew Mania, let's go! I'll see y'all in the next one.